I am Nick Shell. Welcome to my humble abode. I am a certified Enneagram coach. If you're still trying to figure out what your Enneagram type is, it's so easy because you just click that link and it's free. It takes about 10 minutes and then you can know. And I would love for you to leave a comment and tell me what you ended up if you just now learned it. Or even if you didn't just learn it, you know it and you just want to say it. I want to know. I care what your Enneagram is. I love the challenge and journey of being able to connect with people on their own level and celebrate those differences. Now, if you really want to go crazy and become like me and get certified for Enneagram, there's also a link below right there. And I also want to mention this book because it was this book that definitely absolutely inspired this video topic today. This book is Take Care of Your Type. There's a link right there if you want to buy it off of Amazon. So I finished this book last week. I actually made a video based on all 9. There's 9 different videos I've already made looking at each of the 9 Enneagrams. But this particular video, as I read the book, here's what really jumped out at me. Here's the main thing. That I have been neglecting the fact that we all have 2 wings. So yes, I'm an 8 wing 7. That means my 7 wing is the one I rely on more. But I still have a 9 wing. And I've been exploring that this past week since I've learned that. So here's probably the best way for me to dissect this. As far as how I speak to people and how I interact with people, they see the 7. I speak like a 7. But as far as how I actually think, I think like a 9. So when I'm not talking, I'm thinking internally, processing things as a 9. So I want to explore that. So a 7 is the enthusiast, the person with all the energy that's all about adventure and excitement. And that's me talking. But me thinking is not that way. Me thinking is much calmer. The 9, of course, being the peacemaker. That's one of my wings. And it's funny because for the most part, I don't know that I really make a good peacemaker, because as a true 8, I'm always wanting to get the job done most efficiently. So I don't necessarily care what's best for the group so much as I do what's going to help me get my job done quickest, so I can check that out those, and then from there I can have more time to help other people. But my main goal is not trying to keep peace with everyone. But ultimately, when I'm thinking, that's how I'm thinking. I'm thinking, I just want to be at peace. I don't want to be bothered. I don't want to bother anyone. And prime example of this, I was talking to my sister this weekend. It helped me realize this about myself. So as an 8, I am the challenger. I'm the person who apparently influences people to make decisions, which I do for a living. That's what I do for a living. But ultimately, outside of me, say, working and recruiting, which is what I do, in real life, I don't really have much of a desire to convince people to believe like me. Now, granted, used to, yes. I was a horrible person a decade ago. I was a vegan, not that the vegans are bad people, but the way I went about it was horrible. I was all over social media, basically shaming people who didn't think like I did, it was horrible. I hate that was me a decade ago. But hey, we all grow and we mature and we learn from our mistakes. And maybe because that's how I was as a much more insecure person a decade ago, now it's taught me, you know what? I have my beliefs and they're important to me, but they're not important to anyone else. So I've understood now that my opinions and my beliefs are important to me, but it's not important that I make other people believe like me. And you can't actually make someone believe by trying to convince them to do it. You can describe what you're doing, and if they're curious, maybe they'd want to find out. But 8s of all people will tell you, you try to tell me what to do, I'm definitely not going to listen to you. I'm going to find ways to go against what you're telling me to do. So for that reason, imagine that I have a 9 wing that's all about not trying to control people, truly having no desire to control people, letting people do what's best for them. I do what's best for me. If they ask my opinion, I'll give it to them. But I don't want to be controlled by other people, and I actually don't want to control other people. Now, keep in mind, I'm a 41-year-old man. I've lived through a lot of life experience. I've made a lot of mistakes. So now I can understand how important it is for me to how much of a waste of time it is to try to control how people operate and instead influence them instead. But ultimately, I don't want people telling me what to do. Therefore, I don't want to tell people what to do. So that 9 wing absolutely is there. It just doesn't get the credit because it's not the one doing the talking. It's doing the thinking. Your comments belong right here.